All right, folks, me and Stumpy here, it is onion planting time for us. So we had a little cool snap, like a light frost, guess night before last. They said there might have been one last night. I didn't get up to see that early. But we got about a week of some warmer weathers up in the 50s and then maybe 60 at night. So we want to get these planted because that week after that we're going to have a lot of nights in the 30s. So we want to get them a good week to establish in the dirt, and hopefully, you know, they'll do good over the winter. And we're going to plant as many of these onions as we can in this bed. So I got 3 rows trenched out, and then we'll trench out 3 rows over there. And the plan is we got some mulch on top of the dirt, but we're going to put them in the dirt, use the mulch just to lightly cover them to protect them from the cold, keep them moist, and we'll fertilize the onions heavily during the winter. We got a little guide. We order ours from, where's that place called, Stump?
Dixondale Farms.
Yeah, Dixondale, out of Texas. That's where we order those onions.
We get some of ours from Greg too at Hoss.
Hoss Tools, you can get them.
If somebody around here wants some short day onions, Greg told me he had plenty.
Yeah.
I would recommend getting them from Hoss Tools.
Right.
He can get them to you in a day or two.
Right. But this comes with a planting guide, tells you how to do it if you're not familiar with them. But their onions are heavy feeders, so we'll have to feed them good fertilizer through the winter. And then the key is you want the green tops big. You want good green tops that are growing out leaves, and each leaf starts to represent the onion rings on your onion. So the more green growth you get, hopefully the bigger the bulb onion you'll get under the ground.
That is the absolute truth.
Right.
Ain't no doubt about it.
And so that's what we're shooting for this year. So we're going to try them in the raised beds and see how we do. So hang with us. We plant them 4 inches apart. And, you know, a good, probably 6 inches from the center of this row and another 6 inches that way. And we'll fertilize, because once we scrape this, we'll have a little fertilizer trough that we'll make. And if we run out of room in these 2 beds, we've got 2 other beds over here we can plant. One thing I didn't do is test the pH in the soil, because they say that onions need I think it's a 6.2 pH is ideal, or I think I'm saying that right. Stretch out some more rows here. Got these in the mail. They come in a box, and they say you don't want to leave them in the box. You want to get them out. And once you get them out, if you're not going to plant them right away, you really want to air them out, meaning you don't want to moisten them or wet them or keep them wet while you're waiting to plant them. You just put them somewhere where it's kind of cool, you know, not hot, not in a window where it gets hot, and just let them dry. And then when you're ready to plant, then you plant them and you water them. Well, the girls make salsa, and when you make salsa, a lot of onions and tomatoes. When you're making a bunch of salsa and you're paying, what is it, $30 a box for onions?
Yeah, it just depends on what time of the year it is. You know, we have paid as high as $50
For a box of onions, so.
for a box of onions. We ain't got $20 in all these.
Right, so if we can grow all these, we'll
This would probably equate to about, I don't know, 20 boxes.
so we'll see how they do. Of course, it'll be next spring before we know. But they say if you can plant them in the spring, or late winter or whatever. Harvest them late spring. But they say that they're better if you overwinter them. I guess it's.
I don't guess to it. I don't know. I done planted some in this spring. They get about maybe big as a golf ball. You plant them right now, let that top get big like Eric was talking about earlier. Let that top get nice and big. Your top's what makes your bottom in the spring. Top makes your bottom. You got a big top, you'll have a big bottom. You got a little top, you don't have much of a
Little bottom.
little bottom.
All right, we on our third bed now, and this one has got. This had the stuff I put in from the previous year, so this soil is more all dirt, not much mulch on the top. So we're also going to see which ones do better. With the newer compost and the mulch on top, or this older soil. I say older. This is actually the way you want the soil to me, right there.
Perfect texture, they say, is like chocolate. Like a moist chocolate cake. If you can hold it together and stick together. And this would do that if it was wetter.
It's just, yeah, it's not
It's
wet.
a little dry. And that's just simply because we ain't had no rain and we ain't watered this empty bed. We did have some fall snap beans in it. And they done okay, but I wasn't crazy about them. In other words, I can put up about 20 pints off this bed.
Now we need some water. All right, a simple life is a much more enjoyable life. Thank you for watching.